They said I might be done, but I'm the son. Cymarshall Law is back with 191 episode, that is. My name is Cymarshall Law. Welcome back to the Cymarshall Law Show. Show. That is a true story. I know I took about a 3-4 week hiatus because I was thinking I might be done. But then I realized I had to forgive myself because I had been working on several different things for a long time, and I exhausted myself, and I really beat myself up over it. But then I just forgave myself because you know what I thought this morning? You know what? Let's start with the morning prayer and then we'll get into what I thought this morning. Universal God, Most High, Jah, Cosmic Intelligence, Universe, God, Love, Creator, Great Architect. Thank you for allowing me to wake up today with love and positive energy flowing through my heart. God, thank you for my inner peace. God, thank you for allowing joy into my life. God, thank you for filling my mouth with laughter. God, thank you for blessing me with time and freedom. God, thank you for forgiveness. God, thank you for compassion. God, thank you for empathy. God, thank you for life. God, thank you for growth. God, thank you for reflection, introspection. God, thank you for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. God, thank you for family and friends. God, thank you for money and allowing us to get ends. God, thank you for affluence, prosperity. God, thank you for transparency. God, thank you for allowing us to grow and get up when we've been kicked down. We get kicked down 7 times, we go and get up 8. God, thank you for strength, inner and outer. God, thank you for beautiful things flowing into our lives. God, thank you for allowing us to appreciate and remember to have gratitude, because gratitude is the highest form of prayer. That's why we do it first every day here at the Cymarshall Law Show. So God, thank you for blessing us every day in every way and blessing us with supernatural powers and gifts to allow us to succeed in any way that we see fit and what we feel we deserve. God, thank you for blessing us. Thank you. Now let's start the show. So this morning, I was thinking about my life. I was thinking about how I had my first child, not that I gave birth, but when I was 20 years old, and then one shortly after that, 5 years later, and then another a year and a half later. And, I was 20, and for me to have done that and been able to raise 4 children, healthy, happy, beautiful children, and have always been able to give them a place to sleep, food to eat, and them to not be in jail or anything. And at the same time, for me to be pursuing a career and then have a regular, thing on the side to make sure I'm able to pay my mortgage. Through all that, I was always feeling like I wasn't doing enough. And I was beating myself up. But I just came to the realization that I forgive myself, because there is no right or wrong. We are given this life and there is no real manual. People tell you what they believe is right, and you're to use your heart and what you think and feel to guide your steps. And sometimes what we think and how we feel are not always right. And so we go through life and we get hurt and things don't go right. But again, who's to say what's right and wrong? Because I felt like in my life, every time there was a horrible situation that I felt like I might have got myself into or did get myself into, it taught me the most, but it was only able to teach me when I was able to forgive myself and forgive others and situations for what I thought they should be. And that was my fault for expecting things to be something that I thought they should be. And that's where a lot of people get hurt is they feel that situations have to be a certain way. And when they're not that way, they get hurt. And for my personal life, I was always trying to control a lot. I felt like if I did this and I did this, I should be here. I was trying to control the narrative of my life, but I had to forgive myself because I was not giving the universe the credit it deserved. And when I started giving the universe the credit it deserved, even more recently, I just started to feel better. I stopped having to feel like I had to control everything or I was doing everything. It feels much better knowing that the universe is in control. We're just actors in this play. So forgive yourself, because if you don't, you're destroying your own energy. Forgive people, because if you don't forgive them, you're destroying your own energy. One of the best stories I heard, to paraphrase it, was two people had an issue. One knew in their soul they were right. The other one was more just acting like they were right. So both took their problem to God. God heard the problems out, and then the person who knew they were right, God punished that person and sent the other person on their way happy. And the moral of it was, God spoke to the person and he was like, I punished you because you knew you were right and you still came over here trying to talk to me, trying to ask me who was right, but you knew in your heart who was right. So you wasted not only your time, but you wasted my time too. So in my life, I feel like a lot of times that I've known the right answer, but I've ran to God to complain, and I've wasted my time and the universe's time, and I was kicking myself for that. I was really upset with myself about that, because I felt like, I was supposed to be somewhere else in life. But again, I forgive myself. I was never in control the way I thought I should have been in control. So things happen in our life and we're like, why did this happen? Because we think we're supposed to be in control. But things happen, whether they're good or bad, but it's always your perspective that is going to mold the outcome of what happens. So why two people can have the same issue, same thing happen, but see it in two totally different ways and have two totally different experiences. One person is a healed person and one person is an unhealed person. Someone who is unhealed and someone who is healed will have the same exact experience and experience them in two totally different ways, because one is healed and one is unhealed. And I found that when I was unhealed, I needed to be forgiven. I needed to forgive myself because I wasn't a mature version of myself. But we're always here to just live and grow. And we're not able to grow without releasing some of the weight we carry. And the way we release some of the weight we carry is by forgiving. There are wounds that bleed, and then there are wounds that whisper. Quiet, persistent echoes of betrayal, abandonment, and pain. And sometimes hurts don't scream. They settle into your body. They shape how we walk, how we speak, how we love. So forgiveness is not forgetting. It's not pretending the wound never happened. It is the art of releasing the grip of the past so that your hands are free to build the future. To forgive, for me, is like to unclench the fist that's been holding on to the story of your suffering. It's to say, I choose peace over punishment. I choose freedom over fury. Because, let's be honest. Forgiveness is not easy. I'm not here to tell you it's easy. It's not linear, as my friend told me recently. And it's not always deserved. How about that? And yet, it is necessary. Hear me loud and clear when I say this. Forgiveness is definitely not always deserved. But the jewel is, that it is still necessary. Because the longer we hold on to the blade, the deeper it cuts into us and not them. Forgiveness is not a gift to the offender. At all. Like, at all. It's actually a liberation of the self. It's the moment you stop being the jailer of your own pain. It's the moment you say, this wound will not define me. This story will not own me. You feel me? My name is Cymarshall Law. Let's get into a song. And we'll be right back. You know, I'm going to play one of my songs. It's called Emerald Tablet. Dropped it this week. It's off the new Cymarshall Law and Ransom Bad Bones album, Undiluted, out November 7th. My name is Cymarshall Law, and we'll be right back after these messages. See, this is what they meant when they said bleed authenticity. This is the real, raw, uncut, undiluted. Listen. My competition couldn't see me with the best eyesight. When they fled, I fight like a pissed off Jedi Knight. Then I write with the speed of light, so fast I could reverse time. I love hip hop ever since I heard the first line. Since then, spit phlegm underneath the RZA sick gem. I'm Bob Jam and you not slamming if you was 6'10". Cause I know what time it is, the energy from my big pen. They telling me it's drawing jealousy from Big Ben. Real rap, another layer for you to peel back. Feel that I turn fans to dope fiends that still crack. Look, you know how he rolls, you would think that I'm a Royce, but you can just rejoice because music is my drug of choice. I am the one, the captain who is vocal. I am the son that Icarus flew too close to. So let us say church in this rap sermon. DJ spinning my vinyl the only time my wax burning. We bring it raw now, what you seeing typically. In the streets they know our credibility. Soldiers of fortune and we represent stability. That's why we bleed in authenticity. We bring it raw now, what you seeing typically. In the streets they know our credibility. Soldiers of fortune and we represent stability. That's why we bleed in authenticity. Let me rock and Bad Bones make the beat now. Law, I've been writing my rhymes in the book of Enoch. I keep it authentic, don't get caught up in your rhyme fads. I'm the Emerald Tablet surrounded by iPads. Hip hop Hermes with another verse, please. You wanna start a war, but some martial law like attorneys. You lost integrity, there's no time to make amends. Your whole style is gimmicky, following all the latest trends. Some of these artists, they embarrass me, a travesty when they sell their soul for popularity. I can provide clarity in a cesspool. I can finesse the king out of his best jewel. My gift of dab's a pro boxer when he stick the jab. Broke into the game and now I'm just looking for things to grab. Rap veteran, up leveling, but you never been up better as him. That got you remembering the genuine. We bring it raw now, what you seeing typically. In the streets they know our credibility. Soldiers of fortune and we represent stability. That's why we bleed in authenticity. We bring it raw now, what you seeing typically. In the streets they know our credibility. Soldiers of fortune and we represent stability. That's why we bleed in authenticity.
Generally, people tend to suppress the unconscious parts of their psyche. They pretend, often to the extent of fooling themselves. But the suppressing of your unconscious is exactly what sustains your inauthenticity. How could you ever become who you truly are if you don't even know yourself? Jung says that the truly authentic life is tied to your inner life. You need to know who you are within in order to be yourself.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Cymarshall Law Show, where we bleed authenticity. Yeah. Where we bleed authenticity. Where we bleed authenticity. Yeah. So we're talking about the art of forgiveness. And let's say in a couple different... Let's imagine a story, if you will. The letter never sent. She kept the letter in a shoebox under her bed. It was never mailed. It was written in a storm of tears, rage, and longing. Why did you leave? Why didn't you protect me? Why did you choose to silence over truth? She wrote it to her father, the man who vanished when she was 12, the man who taught her that absence can feel louder than presence. Years passed. She became a woman who never asked for help, who built walls so high, even love couldn't climb them. One day, she found the letter again. The ink had faded, but the pain hadn't. She read it aloud. Then she burned it. Not because he deserved forgiveness, but because she deserved freedom. Forgiveness, she realized, wasn't about him. It was about reclaiming the space he had occupied in her heart for too long. She didn't forget that. She didn't excuse. She simply chose to stop bleeding from a wound she didn't cause. Let that one resonate. Forgiveness is not a moral obligation, my people. It is a biological necessity for your positive energy. When we hold on to resentment, our bodies respond. Increased blood pressure. Our immune systems get all messed up. Chronic stress, anxiety. A brother can't sleep. Depression. Bad digestion. Crazy bowel movements. You know what it is. The brain doesn't distinguish between past and present pain. And every time we replay the hurt, we relive it. Over and over again. The repeated mental replay of painful events activates trauma within us. But forgiveness is what interrupts that loop. Yeah. Forgiveness tells your nervous system, we're safe now, we're free. But here's the thing. Forgiveness is not reconciliation. It doesn't require contact. It doesn't require aggrievement. It doesn't even require apology. It's something inside. It's an internal shift. A decision to stop drinking that poison of bitterness. It's the moment you stop waiting for someone else to make it right. And you decide to make yourself whole. So let me give you some action steps that I thought of. 1, name the hurt. Write down. Who hurt me? What did I lose? What did I learn? Clarity is your first step to release. As my friend told me recently, feel the heal. I was saying I should suck it up, but they reminded me to allow yourself to grieve, to rage, to cry. Because suppression of emotion is stored emotion. And if it's negative emotion, it's definitely going to hurt you in the long run. And then choose to release. Say aloud, I release this pain. I choose peace. Repeat it daily. Every morning I wake up before I even get to y'all, and I'm praying and I'm thanking the Most High for allowing me to know peace. Thank you for my inner peace. And then practice self-forgiveness. Right, what do I blame myself for? Speak. I forgive myself for not knowing I forgive myself for not knowing then what I know now. That's a good one. I know that in some cultures, forgiveness is sacred, and in others, it's seen as a weakness. And we inherit beliefs like never forget. They don't deserve it. Forgiveness means letting them off the hook. But wait, it gets worse. But these beliefs often keep us hooked like a drug to the pain, to pride, to punishment. And generationally, I've seen people carry grudges that keep beefs alive forever. Now they're like unspoken betrayals. Family feuds that we don't even know why they started. Silent wars passed down like fucking heirlooms. Some families teach loyalty through resentment, and that's BS. Some communities teach strength through silence. But you are not a vessel for vengeance. You're a portal for peace. Peaceful warrior. To forgive is to break the chain, my friend. And we need your freedom. To say the pain stops here.
Dann gleich raus mit den Baddies round tanzen mit der Sonne, bis der Mond auftaucht. Manche finden uns so laut, doch das ist uns egal, solange der Lipstick glowt. Ja, ich weiß ganz genau. Mit den Homies bin ich nicht mehr allein. Mit den Homies werde ich für immer shine. Just one life. So, keep your head high. Baby, sag mir, du fühlst es auch. Den Groove in deiner Soul. Es könnte so easy sein. So easy wie ein Breezy. Ich fühl mich super steezy. Auf meinen Zähnen leuchtet Dags und der Raum gefüllt mit Neid. Nein, ich brauche keinen Genie. Yeah, denn ich bin frei, wenn die Sonne wieder scheint. Yeah, ich bin frei, wenn die Sonne wieder scheint. Yeah, ich bin frei, wenn die Sonne wieder scheint. Yeah. Mit den Homies bin ich nicht mehr allein. Mit den Homies werde ich für immer shine. Just one life. So, keep your head high. Baby, sag mir, du fühlst es auch. Den Groove in deiner Soul. Es könnte so easy sein. Easy. Könnte easy
Yeah.
sein.
This song is called Head High. I recently found it. It's by an artist called, excuse me if I'm jacking up your name, but it's Akaija, I believe. Shout out to her. I like that song. I recently just happened to find it, so now you guys are hearing it too. So welcome back to the Cymarshall Law Show. We're talking about the art of forgiveness. We need to forgive. It's not a one-time act. It's a spiritual practice, a daily decision to choose light over the shadow. It asks you to, one, surrender control, which we were talking about earlier, release the need for justice, and trust that healing is its own reward. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. We're not going to do that. It means remembering without pain. It means saying, this happened, it hurt, but it no longer defines me. Forgiveness is the art of alchemizing pain into wisdom. I like that. It's turning wounds into windows, if you will. Choosing to be free, even when you've had every right to stay angry. That's the thing, you have a right to stay angry. No one's saying you don't have a right to stay angry. But it is the moment you stop being the victim of your story and become the author of your healing. Do what you need to do. Whether that's, creating a forgiveness ritual, light a candle, write a letter, speak your release, make it sacred, intentional, personal. Do whatever you need to heal. Practice compassion, not for them, but for yourself. Say, I did the best I could with what I knew. I forgive myself. Stay in the present, breath work, meditation, movement, stay outside, let that sun hit you. Grounding, let your feet touch earth. Literally, the earth will heal you. The past is memory, the present is your power. Visualize you being released. Picture the pain as a stone you carried and now you're going to throw it. Imagine just walking away from that pain like it was something you could put down and walk away lighter. Yo, forgiveness is not a door you open for someone else. It's a door you walk through alone, empowered and reborn. You may still feel the ache, you may still remember the betrayal, but you no longer carry it like armor. You carry it like a lesson. Like a scar that tells the story of survival. Ask yourself, what am I ready to release today? What space will that create in my heart? What kind of life can I build without this weight? You are not weak for forgiving. You are wise. You are not soft for letting go. You are the strength we all admire. And this is how I will end the Cymarshall Law Show. Let me give you my quote of the day before we get out of here. But let me just say, you guys were my deciding factor on whether or not I would come back. And the reason I came back is because in my hiatus, a little hiatus from the internet, I took a little bit of time off. I realized that I was definitely on there too much, but in my hiatus, I was able to clearly see the problems of myself and the problems of other people, and I feel like I have a voice, and if I can help anyone, I'm gonna help. Like, we all have things we try to accomplish in this life, and trophies, we try to get medals, for lack of a better word. And I was just thinking about my purpose on earth and me. And I want to help. I want to help. I'm going to help. So if I have information that I feel could help people, no, I'm not going to be arguing with everybody online about what I know is right and what I know is wrong, what I know is morally wrong. I'm not doing that, because that takes my energy down. I'm not here to argue. I'm stepping aside from those. What I can contribute is my truth. And whether that resonates with you or not, that's up to you. But I know what's worked for me, and I know what I feel can work for a lot of people. And I feel like a lot of the things that I know and that I feel help people. People tell me all the time. So I'm here because I feel like I can help people. I feel like I can help Earth. I feel like I can help the universe. And if I've been given a platform to help people, I'm going to do that. Because there was a time, there have been times where I needed help and I didn't know where to look. I didn't know. I just wanted to hear from someone who looked like me, who talked like me, who I felt comfortable around. So I'm here for those people that might need guidance but might not know where to go. Sometimes I listen to the show and amp myself back up. So sometimes I even do it for myself. But with the state of the world today, I'm going to help because I feel like that's why I'm here. Regardless of whether I'm doing music or not, I try to put positive messages in my music. Sometimes I just try to be raw and, self-express. But in my heart of hearts, I'm here to help. I'm one of God's kids, and I'm going to do that. You know what? No quote of the day today. That was enough. My name is Cymarshall Law, and this is the Cymarshall Law Show. It's your sanctuary, your mirror, your guide. Until next time, peace, love, and positive energy, and we out like that.
We are one them, but the jokes and the gun them still a praise. Oh gosh, but now them are the victim. Another one for the system. Father God, please forgive me. Nobody make them get a beating. Oh gosh, no.
Teach them, help them, forgive them, King Alpha. They haven't know what they're done. No. Teach them, help them, forgive them, King Alpha. They haven't know what they're done.
The youths them up today, they love and worship the God. They taking it for pleasure, they taking it for fun. No matter how you try, tell them to put it down. Them blazing away, no wonder why things run, boy. And as the sunrise, it makes you blind. Wounded by the bullet from a gun, another mother cries, as though he died. I heard it was when Jackson got shut down, boy. God, let me a praise. I know I'm not yes. Let them change their ways.
Forgive them for the eating of the coke and the drinking of the rum, the smoking of the coke, the taking of the oak. Forgive them for the 16 and the magnum and all the innocent lives them when me see them lick up. Nothing innocent when me see and your mouth a jump to the make them bring comfort. Them elevate them from out of the slum. Go teach them some knowledge, make them get some wisdom.
The youths them nowadays must be born with sticking at them ears. Oh gosh now, look how long me I want them, but the jokes and the gun them a praise. Oh gosh, but now them a the victim. Another one for the system. Father, please forgive them. Don't make them get a beating. Oh gosh, how starting one, 2 to 20. To them years, them on the way. Each got them a praise. Tell them change their ways. Fire away a blaze. Starting one.